made my stance on this kind of quite clear in the past. I don't think I can commit to spending money on this current concept, especially when we'll be paying it likely for the next decade. I also think we'll have a hard time landing money from the private sector for when under the current concept is a practice basketball gym.
We're talking about practice, man.
I just don't see many members of the private sector getting involved and putting their name on a practice gym.
We're not even talking about the game, the actual game, when it matters. We're talking about practice.
And I think that we'd get a lot more support from the private sector if it was a bigger project.
Councillor Charrois.
Through Mayor Jordan, thank you. Tongue-tied today. So I came in here kind of like torn, not really sure where to go with this, but I think I would like to see the province maybe help us with this funding of some sort. Well, I think Mr. Oosterhoff definitely needs to come and answer our questions. We need to get some help from the region and Ontario. So I don't know if that's something that can possibly be communicated at the regional level, Mayor Jordan.
I try to communicate that pretty much at every meeting, so it'll continue.
To see the project go from really 21 million to 31 million, right? And we're going to have to go out to debt financing to actually make up the difference. Perhaps we go out and market it and ask someone if they wouldn't be interested in having their name on it for an appropriate amount.
On the sponsorship note, we have looked at that a number of times over the last number of years, trying to find sponsorships or naming rights and so on and so forth. And we didn't do a very good job at it with the new facility. I mean, do we have a plan? Do we have of how we might go about finding sponsorship or finding someone who would be willing to put their name on the arena? I mean, have we got a kind of plan in place or to do that? I mean, because I think we really do need to do that. And we need to go out there and beat the bushes as much as we possibly can to find more money, whether it's the province or the feds or whatever the case might be, but we need to find the money.
Show me the money.
And I think we need to go about it aggressively, and the sooner the better. I do believe we need to put together a really strong committee and made up of probably staff, council, and some lay members. I mean, they need to be totally dedicated. Go out there and find that money somehow. And I think it's out there. I just think we need just to go do it.
Just a note on the walking track. The Canada Games Park one is free during the day, but to rent it on a weekday is $600 for the day, $680 on a weekend, and it's $100 an hour to rent. And it's fully rented out every evening throughout the week, so you can make a lot of money off it.
So, Sarah, I just have a question. If we do nothing, so we don't take this 16 million that the province has offered up to us, and we have to renovate the existing facility, how much would that be, just the renovation alone?
But it would be quite substantial. I would say, I mean, it would depend a little bit on what you do, but you could easily get into probably $7 million. These funding opportunities don't come along this often. You know, we really, to get this, we were so fortunate. And I have to thank MPP Sam Oosterhoff as well, because he really went to bat for us to help as well.
A lot of people still see Grimsby as a hockey town, and Grimsby still is a hockey town, but Grimsby's much more than a hockey town. We need it to be much more than just an arena and a fulsome community center that can be used by each and every one of us, each and every day. So
When I look at this proposal, it's not a proposal that looks into the future. My concern is, and I know that it will cost more money. My concern is that we're not doing enough. But I still would love to see staff look at costing something better and bigger, and that is inclusive of the future. And that is closer to what Councillor Baradziej said, you know, with a larger gymnasium, with more. I really think that this is a short-sighted way of doing things.
How the hell can I make my teammates better by practicing?